Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles, and today, for your viewing entertainment, we have Maniac 2000 in the first tier 10 tank I ever owned in World of Tanks, the E100. It will surprise nobody to learn that I absolutely sucked in this machine. I mean, it was worse when I first got it. The armor-piercing penetration on the main gun has been buffed since then. But that wasn't the reason, it was just because I simply didn't get it. I'd actually made it all the way to tier 10 without really understanding how armor angling worked. But it was this machine that forced me to learn. I actually ended up being reasonably good in the E100. And refused to use gold ammo in it. I actually forced myself to learn how to use the armor piercing, substandard though it was, effectively. I'm not recommending anybody else does that, of course. I mean, it's nice to have the heat and not need it than to need it and not have it. But I managed to do, I think, about 5,000 damage using just the armor piercing in one game. Maniac here is going to be using some of his heat. But it is very much a case of having it and only using it when he needs it rather than just loading it by default and spamming it everything that he sees. And I kind of respect that. That's the way it should be. And if nothing else, it makes you a better player. Oh look, less than a minute in the game and he's already lost a teammate. This is Assault, by the way, so it's only a 10-minute match, and Projector 46 has just been taken out by a T-55A. Nice shot, slightly underwhelming damage roll into the side of the T-34 there. But hang on a minute, what are his team doing? Most of them are still camping the hill just outside of the deployment zone. A couple have pushed forward to occupy the other side of the town. And I think Maniac has just realised that and knows that if he pushes any further forward, he's going to be dangerously exposed. Oh, another nice shot, this time with a slightly better damage roll into the object over there. Speaking of people who are dangerously exposed, take a look at the minimap and look at the 50 TP. He's practically behind enemy lines. Well, that was rather unfortunate for the Object 705. Managed to get himself tracked and immobilised, sideways on, right in front of Maniac's gun, just in time for him to reload and claim his first kill. I'm pretty sure the 50 TP is going to be next, though. If he was any more exposed, he'd have a serious case of frostbite. And he's probably blaming his team, of course. But, well, you know, your minimap works as well as everybody else. You didn't have to push all the way there if you saw that nobody was following you. Maniac, checking his rear, nowhere near as exposed as the 50T. Oh, beautiful snapshot and a really good damage roll. That one is definitely not going to polish out. Kind of in a bit of an exposed situation here, particularly to the Defender and T-34B who were trying their luck at the town gates, back down there. Then again, nobody shot at him while he was sitting in the middle of the road. It's worth a look. Yep. Nothing seen. More importantly, nothing saw him. Nothing down there. This is where things are likely to get a little bit more dangerous and where he may find himself getting outflanked, but there was nothing else to shoot at where he was, and oh, hello. This could be a kill. That was a kill. There's the incoming fire, of course. Yeah, there was no way he was not going to get detected there. 2 bouncers. Hilariously, and somewhat predictably, 2 bouncers, one from a Ferdinand, one from an Object 268. Which one's firing the gold? Yeah, it wasn't the tier 8. Yeah, oh, and another kill. But yes, of the 2 tank destroyers that were shooting at him, one has 246mm of penetration, the other has 303, but it's just not enough, is it? He had to load the gold. Well, it wasn't enough. 395mm of penetration. Still didn't get the job done. Even firing heat at a slab-sided target like an E100. That's what amuses me most about gold ammo in World of Tanks, and why I really don't have that much of a problem with it. Because in the majority of cases, in my experience at least, and there are always exceptions, but it mostly just seems to get used by people who really don't need it, and would honestly be better off not using it and just, you know, learning how to play instead. But gold ammunition has always been the practical alternative to skill in World of Tanks. Speaking of which, Maniac's got his first round of gold loaded. Complete overkill against an LHMTV, but well, he doesn't really have the shot. Kind of overkill even against the front of an Object 430, but it was loaded so he's used it, and he's now switching back to regular armor piercing, while getting shot at by, I think, all of them. Some more gold there from the defender, but, well, monstrously overpowered though the defender may be, this is a tier 10 battle, and the defender doesn't have 303mm of penetration by default. The Object 430, thirsty for revenge, but not being nearly as sneaky about it as he obviously thought he was. Gold ammo there, by the way, would have just been eaten up by his tracks. There is a place for gold ammo in World of Tanks. The trick is knowing when. Maniac, looking for a shot at the 60 TP over there. Gun is loaded, but it only has 0.4 accuracy, and the 60 TP is mostly hidden behind cover. Oh, and he's got... oh, wow. Well, kind of a good news, bad news situation. One, he was lucky to even hit him, but it wouldn't have been possible for that damage roll to be much worse. 750 average damage on this 150mm gun, and the lowest amount of damage that it's possible to roll is 562. He got 580. If I was him, I'd feel kind of cheated. Oh, 60 TP returning fire, but he's nicely angled. The 60 TP is not nicely angled, and while that return shot was never going to kill him without an ammo rack, it was a decent damage roll, 780. Got a bit of a problem now though, because you don't really want to give the defender around the corner a flat target to shoot at. So he really needs to kill the 60 TP. Unfortunately, heat was probably the wrong choice of ammunition for that. Doesn't cope too well with rounded and sloped surfaces. He's getting hit by artillery, the 60 TP is getting hit by artillery, and Maniac appears to decide, you know what, at some point you've just got to harden the fuck up and go for it. He takes the hit from the 60 TP, which is unfortunate because the 60 TP had just been killed. If he'd waited a fraction of a second longer, he could have gone around the corner and finished off the defender without taking any damage. But, well, you know, could have, should have, would have, didn't. He didn't know that the 60 TP was about to die. He decided that he needed to make a move. At the end of the day, it worked out. It was a calculated risk. He knew he had enough health to take the hit from the 60 TP, so he's probably not that upset about it all. This is turning into a bit of a ruffle stomp. There are only 4 enemies left. Of course, one of them is Golden Bollocks in the Object 268. I wonder if he's still firing gold at everything. Let's find out. Come on, honestly, who's going to be surprised? Yeah, there it is. I'll see your gold ammo, I'll raise you some standard armor piercing, and I'll still beat you. I don't know, maybe it makes me a bad person. Yeah. Maybe I'm just a small-minded, mean and nasty individual, but there are a few things in this world that make me happier than watching wallet warriors get their asses handed to them. I fucking love it. Oh, come on, Jingles, aren't you being a little harsh on the Object 268? No, I'm not. If anything, I think I'm being too generous. Wait until you see what he does next. Oop, another kill. That just leaves the Object and the Ferdinand. The Object is spotted, the Ferdinand isn't yet. Look at the Object's position on the map. Do you notice how he's suspiciously close to a large open body of water? I have no doubt that it will probably come as a great surprise to many of you that that Object 268 player only has 163 games played of the thousands that he has played in artillery. But looking at the way he just drowned himself out of sheer spite at the end of the battle, it seems pretty clear that even if he doesn't play artillery much himself, he's learned a thing or two from watching others do it. So, Maniac 2000, with ace tanker, steel wall, high caliber and top gun, more than 9,100 damage inflicted, and well over 5,000 damage blocked through careful and skillful use of his armour, playing the E100 like an absolute boss. We could probably, well, not all of us, but most of us learn a thing or two from his example. And I do hope you enjoyed watching it, because that's it for today. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.